We're here in Seattle. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Cleveland Guardians taking on the Seattle Mariners.
And now, please welcome your
opening day festivities
Seattle
wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after this. On the hill for the Mariners, Bryan Woo. Chris, a sub-3 ERA for him a year ago.
Well, when your numbers are coming in under 3 as a starting pitcher that's going out there every 4th or 5th day, taking the ball, competing against really good big league hitters, it's extremely impressive. And you wonder what he figured out last year that he can carry into this season that can help him to maintain that number or even drop it lower. We'll see, but we know he's got good stuff, and he should be really good in this one today.
Steven Kwan leading things off and takes a strike. Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes.
Batting second, the third
Jose
baseman,
Ramirez in the
Jose
box. He's a player capable of being the engine of a lineup.
Yeah, every team in the league wants a player like this. And plus, he's a big video game guy, which is always a bonus.
Woo, he has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. Swings and misses. And it's a ball and a strike.
And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This guy's earned a longer leash, and because of that, confidence grows with the players and teammates playing behind him that when things get a little rough out there, they know he'll find his way through it.
In the air to left center. And he can't make the play. One gone, runner at first. Stepping up for the Guardians, Kyle Manzardo. In the air, left field. Brings it in. How much of the ability to do that in a tight spot is the mental approach?
I think it's very much being able to have a laser-like focus, slow everything down, stay right in that moment, pitch-to-pitch execution, and focusing on that catcher's mitt.
Bo Naylor stands in now and watches strike one. Quick move to first, and he's back in safely. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And that's got extra bases written all over it. They're waving Ramirez home. He'll score, and it's 1-0.
Everything came together for him. I'll tell you, when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that, I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way.
Here's Brayan Rocchio. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Back at T-Mobile Park and towing the slab for the Cleveland Guardians, Gavin Williams. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Digging in, J.P. Crawford. Hey! And the 0-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. On the ground. Sends it to first. One gone, bottom half of the first.
Second, the catcher,
Cal Raleigh digs in now. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. late on that fastball.
In the on-deck circle, you really want to use that opportunity to see some pitches and time up the fastball. Last thing you want to do is miss a good hittable fastball early in the count.
Up the middle. Here tonight, an efficient start to the home first, 2 away.
Third,
2 down, base is empty.
12,
And now it's Josh Naylor. Ball one there.
Ball one. Ball two.
And another ball.
Inside.
Swings through that one out in front that time. Foul ball there. Two down, nobody on. Outside, and it's ball 4.
Now, this was a story we were paying attention to before the game. We've seen him give up walks in the past, and it's an issue once again early on.
Now, here is Dominic
That's a
Canzone.
ball.
And the 1-0.
No, he's really working him away, this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
He's looking pretty sharp to start the ball game. He's got that good fastball working early.
Got it. That ends the frame. Back in Seattle, all set for the start of the inning. Nolan Jones digs in for the Guardians. Here's the 0-2. Out towards right center field. And that'll fall for a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Batting 7, the shortstop.
Stepping up for the Guardians, Gabriel Arias. Runner on the move. Pitching for a strike. Throw there. Safe. Cleveland up a run, looking for more. Flares one into right. Base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners. Nobody out.
Back-to-back base hits. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Daniel Schneemann, the next to hit, takes ball 1. The 1-0. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Save! And they add to their lead as the run scores from third.
Batting 9.
And now we'll see one of the top prospects in baseball step in the box for his major league debut. Chase DeLauter. That one is absolutely belted. Way back there, it's got a chance. And it's caught just in front of the wall. Runner tags at second, and it comes in too late. He's up to third on the flyout with one away. So the Guardians lineup turns over. Here's the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Up the middle, Crawford. Whips it to first. Out number 2, and another run comes in. Here's Jose Ramirez. He's 0 for 1. Man on second, 2 down.
That's ball 2.
And a swing and a miss there. What a stop. Nicely done for the out. Back here in Seattle, where Mariners fans are celebrating opening day following a season where they won their division for the first time in over 20 years.
An unforgettable season for these fans. They showed up big time. They also got to watch Cal Raleigh dump home runs all over the league, while the starting rotation led baseball in ERA and innings pitched.
If they can throw like that again this year, I'd expect to see them back in the postseason. Goes down looking.
Batting 6th, the third baseman.
Here's the third baseman, Brendan Donovan.
Ball.
The 1-0. Late with the swing there. That one inside. Look out. And that drops in for a strike. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Batting 7th, the left fielder, number 30.
2 outs, base is empty. And here's the veteran outfielder, Rob Refsnyder.
Ball. That pitch is out.
The 1-0.
Yeah.
Looks like a really good fastball today. You can hear that catcher's mitt popping. Looking forward to hearing a lot of that one in this one.
Ball 2.
In the air, right field. And that'll do it. We're celebrating opening day here in Seattle, where the Guardians lead off the third. Cleveland made the postseason last year, but it's safe to say they're hoping for a faster start this season.
Yeah, Boog, how about their run in the second half? They were 15 and a half games back in the Central in June and still won the division.
And they were 11 games back in early September.
Just unreal.
The 1-1. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate. That one way inside. Swings here and blasts one left field. And that one is off the wall. The throw in. It's a leadoff double to start the third.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Bo Naylor at the plate now. In the air to left center. And there's one away. So now
The batter,
with
number
one away
4,
and a man at
designated
second.
hitter,
And next is the
Brian
designated hitter,
Rocchio.
Brian Rocchio. He's 0 for 1.
Great velocity at 97 at the top of the zone.
Ball.
That one lifted to left. Ref Snyder should have this one out, number 2. Now here's Nolan
next for
Jones.
Cleveland, the
1
right
for 1
fielder,
with a single
Nolan
and a run scored so
Jones.
far. Way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Runner at second, 2 down here on opening day.
Ball 2.
Outside
ball 3.
low, and that's ball 3. Right through there for a strike. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
The batter, number 13, shortstop,
First and second,
Gabriel
2 outs.
Arias.
Gabriel Arias digs in for the Guardians. There's a strike.
There it was, a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
First and second, 2 down as we play game 1 of this 4-game series. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Bottom of the inning, and stepping in for the Mariners, Randy Arozarena.
Randy Arozarena.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Nice grab. Over to first. In the dirt, he picks it. And that's a great
The second
play.
baseman,
Cole Young up next for the Mariners.
Young.
Ground ball right side. Gets to it with a slide. Throw to the pitcher. And very nicely done for the out.
The batter,
Back to the
number
top
3,
of the Seattle order.
shortstop,
J.P. Crawford now at the plate.
Crawford.
0 for 1 so far.
Ball.
Next offering is fouled back. 2 down, nobody on. Left field. Kwan heads after it. Full extension, makes the catch. What a play. As we go to the
Leading
top
off
of the
for
4th,
Cleveland,
stepping
the
up for the
second baseman,
Guardians, Daniel Schneemann.
Schneemann.
And the first
Ball
pitch
1.
misses for ball 1.
You know, these
Ball, that's just
Guardians
out.
showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
The 2-1. Out towards right center field. 1 away. Now it's going to be Chase DeLauder.
Center fielder.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
Foul ball. Hammered down the right side, but foul. And they'll do it again. The 0-2. And foul ball.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
That's in. Ball 2.
Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. And that's a fair ball. Around first and hustling for second. And his first big league hit is a double.
Love how he became a really tough out with 2 strikes right there. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. 2 down. Pivotal at bat now for the dangerous Jose Ramirez. That one a little bit high, and it's 1-0. To third. And that is that. Ready to go, bottom 4. Now the Mariners catcher, Cal Raleigh. And that skips in the dirt. To the right side, and it stays fair. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
Naylor takes a ball as he stands in for the second time.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and heart of the order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going. When you're taking your lead over there at first, you got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
That's to third, Ramirez. There's one. A sensational double play. And now the right fielder, Dominic Canzone. Struck out looking at his first at bat.
Canzone.
Hey.
Two down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th.
Off the plate, ball 1.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Two down, nobody on. Lifted in the air, right center field. Jones has a beat on it. And that is that. Back at T-Mobile
Leading off
Park,
for Cleveland,
new inning
the
getting
first
started.
baseman,
Kyle
number 9,
Manzardo
Kyle
digs in for the Guardians.
Manzardo.
You know, these Guardians doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than a hit every inning, and they've only struck out twice. So they keep finding ways to put their bat on the ball.
The 0-2. And that skips in the dirt. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
It's so hard to slow yourself down when you see that juicy breaking ball, but the most success happens when you try to take that right back up the middle approach.
Struck him out looking. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Catcher,
Next to hit, Bo Naylor.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Missed with a changeup. Ball 1. And another ball. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And on further review, it was a strike. Still 2 challenges left for them. Three 1 is on the way. And he takes a strike.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk. 1 down. Brian Rocchio getting ready to hit. That one hammered but pulled foul. Jackknifes out of the way. There's a swing and a miss.
Well, at that velocity, if that's all you're seeing, 88, you can handle that all day long. That's what you get in batting practice. But off the velocity of the fastball, that is a very tough pitch to adjust to.
He's got it. And there's 2 away. So up next Nolan Jones.
The right fielder, Nolan Jones.
Nope. That's inside.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone. And the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
So a walk puts runners at first and second.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
First and second, 2 outs. Gabriel Arias will hit next. 1 for 2. That one fouled off. Two on, 2 outs.
Yep, that ball went out.
Swing and a high fly ball deep left field. Refsnyder going back, can't reach it. This should score at least 1. 1 run across, relay throw home, safe at the plate, and it's 5-0.
Number 10, second baseman.
New pitcher on now, Jose A. Ferrer.
Now
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Schneemann in the box now, takes strike one. Man at second. And that one pulled foul. Here's the 0-2.
Really nice slider right there, sweeping across the dish, but just couldn't hang the edge. The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Toss to Naylor. They limit the damage here. Back in Seattle and stepping in for the Mariners, Julio Rodriguez.
Julio Rodriguez.
Well, these Mariners being a little too patient at the plate in this game. They found themselves behind in the count quite a bit. They're trying to be patient, but it's mostly resulting in outs, not base runners. And you could argue it's making things more difficult at the plate.
Next pitch is outside. Oh, look at the stop to first, and they get the out. Now the third baseman, Brendan Donovan, went down on strikes his first time through.
Donovan.
Ball. That's a ball.
The 2-1. That one missed.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Liner snagged at first. Two down, bases empty. And up next for Seattle, Rob Refsnyder. Flied to right his first time.
Refsnyder.
That one finds the zone. Strike one. That's in there.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. That one's deep, and that's going to bang against the wall. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Just missed out on a home run right there, but he certainly hit it hard enough. Just didn't have the right launch angle to carry it over the wall, but still an excellent swing of the bat. He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first-pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Man on second, two down. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike two.
Curveball kind of backed up on him there. I think it just slid out of the hand a little bit too soon.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so...
Well, looked at the fastball for strike three there to end the inning. Top six, stepping up for the Guardians, Chase DeLauder. He's 1 for 2 so far in his debut.
First big league game, check. First hit, check. First multi-hit game, that would be nice. We'll see. He doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but he's working a little differently here.
Next offering misses, and now it's 3-2. Oh, great stop. Throw to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
Up next for
Back to the top of the order now. Now the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. On the ground, right side, and that one handled. Slings to first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th.
Up next for Cleveland.
Now it's Jose Ramirez. 0 for 3 in this one.
Ball 1.
Ground ball Naylor. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Bottom of the 6th inning, and stepping in for the Mariners, Cole Young.
Cole Young.
Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Now he gets it to the pitcher covering the bag. And that's out number 1 on a tough play.
Shortstop
J.P. Crawford up next for the Mariners.
And remember, he was absolutely robbed of a base hit last time up.
Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
That's ball 2.
Close, but called a ball. 3-1 now.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
They got it for out number 2.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Raleigh up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss. That's off the mark, and a count 2-1. That one ripped left field. That's back there. And that ball is gone. His first homer of the year, and they cut into the lead. It's 5-1. So 2 down. Here's Josh Naylor. Hot shot, and he can't knock it down. And that keeps the inning alive.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Canzone in the box here lets that one go for a ball.
Aye.
Right through there for a strike. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Edward Bizardo.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Manzardo.
Hey.
Fastball for a strike.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away, if you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Everything came
next for
together
Cleveland,
perfectly
the
for him
catcher,
right there.
Bo
Loud contact leads to the double.
Naylor.
I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Stepping in, Bo Naylor. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the top half of inning number 7. And Naylor swings through that one. Stays alive. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Man at second. Struck him out swinging. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. Now it's the DH, Brian Rocchio.
Hey.
The 0-2.
That's a ball. Ball 2.
Little trouble with this one behind the plate. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Runner at second here, one gone. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Two now. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Up next for Cleveland.
Now it's the right fielder, Nolan Jones. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. It just shaved the zone. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. Manzardo stands at second with 2 gone. And that misses. Ball 1. Challenge from behind the dish here. Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. So that removes their last challenge. Swings through that. Runner at second, 2 down.
Ball 2.
And it remains 2-2. Got him looking for the strikeout. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning.
Now pitching for the
We're
Cardinals.
back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Sean Armstrong.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Julio Rodriguez.
Oh, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
0-2 now. Line drive, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Up next, for
So
the
digging
Mariners,
in, Brendan Donovan.
Third baseman, Brendan Donovan.
And first offering is fouled off.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
And a base hit. And now 2 aboard.
Up next for the Mariners.
So up
the
next,
left fielder,
Rob
number
Refsnyder.
30, Rob Refsnyder.
Pitch
Ball.
misses
That's
inside,
inside.
and that's ball 1. Gets him to chase after that one. And a big swing and a miss. The M's with a chance to get back into it. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Up next for the Mariners.
Now it's Randy
the designated
Arozarena.
hitter, Randy Arozarena.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
2 on, 1 out. Strike 2.
So far, all we've seen in this at-bat are fastballs. Look for him to slow it down right here ahead in the count.
Cuts and misses. It's a
The batter,
strikeout.
number 2, second baseman.
Next to hit, Cole Young. He's grounded out a couple of times.
Ball 1.
First and second, 2 down.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
That one missed. Now 3-0.
Love how this guy grinds out at bats. I mean, he's down there at the bottom of the lineup in the 9-hole, but he's worked himself into a really good hitter's count, trying to pick up a 2-out RBI.
And they're all loaded up.
The batter, number 3, shortstop, JP.
Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. So they're now out of challenges.
Now pitching for
The Guardians going with a new
Number
pitcher,
62,
Eric Zabrowski.
Eric
Well, no margin for
Zabrowski.
error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
Crawford in the box now. Takes strike 1.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
Ball.
That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Good job to fight that one off. The tying run at the plate. Outside corner, got him looking. Ready to begin the
Leading off
8th.
for Cleveland,
Stepping up for the
shortstop,
Guardians. Gabriel Arias. Just off the
that's out.
outside edge, and it's 1-0.
This guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
And there's a strike on the outside corner.
Inside. Ball.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row,
The batter,
just
number
cruising
10,
along.
Second baseman.
Now, Daniel Schneemann. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored. This guy is a big contributor.
That's a ball.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position, and that's what he does. The hitting's going to come around. He's going to figure it out. But right now, his big asset is the way he plays the game on defense.
Battling here as he fouls it away. The 1-2. That one
That's
almost got him. Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts.
The center fielder, number 24.
New pitcher for the Mariners, Yasver Zulueta.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
He's 1 for 3, picked up his first major league hit earlier.
Well, there's no time for him to be reflective right now, but you know he will be later on. The pressure's off a little bit with that first knock out of the way, though.
Ball, that's outside.
2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the 8th. Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 3. And there's ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Kwan in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Well, an at-bat can be a little bit of a dance. Strike one here, but a few more pitches. We'll see how it turns out.
Ball.
Yeah, that's fouled off. In the air out to center. Got it. Really had to move for that catch. And that's the 3rd out. Back at T-Mobile Park, ready for the bottom of the 8th. Cal Raleigh digs in now.
Raleigh.
Zabrowski is what you're looking for in a good reliever. The ball stays in the ballpark. It's so hard to square him up. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Up next for the Mariners,
Josh Naylor, the next to hit.
12, Josh Naylor.
Close, but called a ball. Ball 1.
Yeah, he stays out of the middle and pitches either at the bottom or at the top on the edges. And because of that, if you do get it in the air, it's usually just a high fly ball. And when it's down in the zone, it's on the ground.
He's so consistent that the manager basically could look at it like he's got 3 outs sitting in his pocket. That shortens the game.
Nope.
When he takes the mound, you feel like, hey, this inning is wrapped or this ball game is over. He's just that good. And you can see it in opposing hitters as well.
That misses. Ball 3.
They know when he comes in, pretty much forget about it. Kind of reminds me of Mariano Rivera.
Swing and a miss. 3-2 now. Got him swinging.
Up next for the Mariners,
1 out man at first.
right fielder,
So now it's the Mariner cleanup hitter, Dominic Canzone. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
The 1-2. Pulls it down, and there are two away.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting the line drive.
Hunter Gaddis gets handed the rock out of the pen.
Gaddis.
And now it's Julio Rodriguez. 1 for 3.
Ball one.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a wasted opportunity. It's frustrating when you get the leadoff man on, but you can't get him into scoring position. They're going to need a big knock. Try to put something up on the board.
The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2. Got him looking. That's out number 3. Back in Seattle, we go to the 9th. Jose Ramirez digs in for the Guardians. That one's upstairs, ball 1. That misses.
That's ball 2.
And that's ball 2. Zulueta, 28 years old, and they traded for him earlier this year. Next offering is fouled back. The 2-1. Oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning.
For Cleveland, the first
So a man at
baseman,
first.
9,
Stepping up for the Guardians,
Manzardo.
Kyle Manzardo. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Refsnyder on the move. Makes the grab.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Hard hit. Knocks it down. They kept the force. Quick recovery from the misplay pays off for the out.
The batter, number 4.
Next is the DH, a switch hitter, Brian Rocchio.
Hey!
Naylor off of first with 2 away. Swing and a miss at a slider.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
And down on strikes he goes. That's the 3rd out. Back at T-Mobile Park, bottom of the 9th, Brendan Donovan now at the plate.
Donovan.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
And he dodges that fastball. Popped in the air, left field. Kwan settles underneath it, and there's one away. Rob Refsnyder getting ready to hit.
The left fielder, number 30, Rob Refsnyder.
And first offering is fouled off. That catches the corner.
2.
On the ground, right side. Manzardo takes it himself down to the last out for the Mariners.
For the Mariners.
2 outs, base is empty. And now the DH, Randy Arozarena.
Ball one. Ball 2.
Slider right there. Fouls one off. 2-2. Gaddis is just one strike away.
Nope. Outside.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
2 down, nobody on. That's a
Ball
walk.
4.
Went
Take
with
your
another
base.
changeup and
The
missed the
batter,
spot.
number 2,
Pretty good spot on the
second
outside, but
baseman,
just couldn't quite clip the
Cole
zone. That's a stone cold take.
Young.
Cole Young up next for the Mariners. The 0-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. This one in the air center field. DeLauder moving under it. And that'll do it. The Guardians collect their first win of the season.
Sometimes road trips can be tough. You're away from your family, but when you can win, silence that opposing crowd, it makes things just a little bit better, makes the road trip just a little bit shorter.
5-1 is how it ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon. From Baltimore, welcome inside Oriole Park. It's a beautiful night for the Sunday night showcase. It's the Minnesota Twins taking on the Baltimore Orioles. First pitch coming your way next. And on the hill in this one, Dean Kramer. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
And we're underway in Baltimore. That one fouled off. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. The 0-2.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
Ball.
And it stays fair. Into second safely. It's a leadoff double to start the game.
Batting second, catcher, number 19.
Welcome back to the Sunday Night Showcase on MLB The Show. And next for Minnesota, Seth Rollins.
Ha!
Man at second.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Just underway from Baltimore. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. One, two now.
No, this is a
that's
guy
it.
that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the third and final game of the series. That pitch
Ball.
just misses the inside corner. Full count now. And ball
Take your
4,
base,
2
ball
aboard.
4.
Well, he took his chance at getting him to chase right there, but with first base open, walk not a bad thing. He set up a double play opportunity if he can induce a ground ball.
Now, number 11.
Ball.
First and second here, no outs. Way inside, gets out of the way.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but
out.
you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
And they're all loaded up.
Oh, that sets up a really big at bat in this game. These are the moments when everyone in the stadium gets really locked in.
And next will be the cleanup hitter. Right through there for a strike. The 0-1. What a stop. Comes home with it. There's one.
Got him. That's
On
an
to
out.
first, save.
Hey,
So they get one, but a
Batting
really
fifth,
nice
the
try there.
designated hitter, Byron
All
Buxton.
loaded up. Here's Byron Buxton. Golden opportunity right here.
Well, a come and get me fastball right there. He didn't look ready for the velocity. I think it'd be a mistake to throw him anything off speed right here.
That clips the zone. No balls, 2 strikes.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
That missed by a lot. And that is ball 1. In the air to left center. Cowser has a beat on it. Brings it in. Here comes the runner from third. Play at the plate.
Safe.
Not in time. He's safe.
Batting
On the
sixth,
board first,
second
it's
baseman,
1 zip.
Cody Clemens.
2 aboard, 2 outs. So up next for Minnesota, Cody Clemens.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
On the ground.
Foul ball.
And it goes just foul. High fly ball out towards left center. And that is that. Back now at Oriole Park. And today on the hill, Carmen McCoy. And singing a special day for her. She's making her major league debut here.
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. Her velocity ranks near the top in the league. She'll also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at bat.
Stepping in, Jackson Holiday. Swung on, popped up left side. Got it. Really had to move for that catch. 1 away. Henderson at the plate now, and that's strike 1. The 0-1. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. McCoy, a big part of the storyline for us today.
Batting
She's
third,
making her debut
first
and hoping to
baseman,
carve out a
Pete
valuable role in the mound at this
Alonso.
ball club.
At this point, it doesn't matter if you're a first rounder or an undrafted free agent. All that matters once you reach this level is producing. Can you help your team get better? It's a big question. That said,
Fires across the diamond, and the Orioles set down in order. All set for the
Leading
start
off
of the
for
inning.
Minnesota,
And now for the
center
Twins,
fielder,
Park.
Number 17.
Foul ball there. And that one fouled off. Check swing of the 0-2, appeal to first. Nope, he held back. 1-2 here. Battling here as he fouls it away. Goes down looking.
Batting 8th, third
Here's
baseman,
Royce Lewis. 3 for 8 in the series coming in.
That's a ball. Ball up.
Outside
Ball.
low, and now 3-0. And that's ball 4.
Inside,
Tried
ball
another
4.
splitter,
Take your
but missed the
Batting
spot.
ninth, right fielder.
So digging
Walker
in,
Jenkins.
Walker Jenkins. Looking for his first big league hit right here. Misses
Nope,
again,
ball.
5 in a row.
He starts him with the fastball, and that's a pitch that's right in his wheelhouse. You need to be careful against him with that one.
Here's a 1-1. Runner on the go. Swing and a ball popped up. Westberg in position. Brings it in. And there's 2 away. Back to the leadoff
Now
spot in the
batting,
Twins
first baseman,
lineup.
number
Next is the
21.
speedy first baseman. Led off this game with a double.
Ball high.
Lewis off of first with 2 away. To third, Westberg. And that's the 3rd out. Bop. Half of inning number 2. So now the Orioles cleanup hitter, Taylor Ward. Swing and a miss. That one at 99. And it's 0-2. Got him. 1 up, 1 down.
Batting fifth.
Jeremiah
designated
Jackson,
hitter.
the next to hit for the Orioles. Swing and a ball lifted
Jackson.
left field. Settles underneath it. 2 up, 2 down. And now the center fielder, Colton Cowser. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Right through there for a strike.
She doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but she's working.
And she got him. Strike 3. And that'll retire the side. Back here for the
Leading
Sunday
off
night
for
showcase.
Minnesota, catcher,
And now the Twins
number
catcher,
19.
Seth Rollins. Kramer back to work. And a big swing and a miss. Off the
That's
mark
a ball.
there. Ball 1.
No, that's low. Ball.
Misses
Nope,
just
ball.
off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
And that's a pitch early in this game. He needs called for a strike. Struggling with command issues. He's got to get a little help from the umpire.
That one misses.
That's ball 4.
So a leadoff
Take your
walk.
base.
Second walk of the game
Now
for
batting,
him, and
left
he's been
fielder,
really
number
patient at the
11.
plate. A game plan that he's sticking to. He's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. Out of here. A 2-run shot, and they add to their lead. It's 3-0. Now it's the shortstop.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
That misses the zone. Ball 1.
Can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
And a pop-up. Right side. Foul territory. 1 down.
It's a good recovery, though, after
Up
giving
next
up the
for the
home run.
Twins, the
Not allowing
designated
it to
hitter,
stay in
Byron
the head, but
Buxton.
going to work at the next hitter. And a tough one at that.
Buxton in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Here comes the 0-1.
That's a ball.
Now, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick
Ball,
outs
that's
if he's
up.
going to get deeper into this game. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Pretty close, but it was a ball. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Up next for the Twins.
2 outs, base is
second
empty.
baseman,
Here's
Cody
the second
Clemens.
baseman, Cody Clemens. Fly to left his first time.
No, that missed.
Just
That's the ball.
missed. That's too high, and
That's
it's ball
high. Ball
4.
four. Take
Another
your
walk.
base.
He just hasn't had great
Now
command
batting,
of his
center
pitches in this
fielder,
one.
number
Definitely more
17.
walks than you'd like to see.
Park, the next Twin up to hit. Struck out looking in his first at bat. That one
That's the ball.
misses.
That's
That's
down.
5 straight.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can
Ball.
find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
Hee-haw!
That one to first. Hot shot, and he can't knock it down.
Up next for the Twins.
First and second,
third baseman,
2 outs.
Royce
Now
Lewis.
Royce Lewis gets a chance to hit.
Ball, that's outside.
He's
Ball.
just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers
That
are
missed.
trying to
That's
tease
ball.
the zone. And the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
That's in
Strike
there.
one.
Strike 1. In the air to left center. Ward running hard to get it. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. Back here in Baltimore, leading off, Jordan Westberg.
Well, you got to find a way to catch up to that pitch, perhaps shorten the swing, eliminate the stride. That one came in hot, but right down the middle, you're saying to yourself, how did I miss that pitch? Got to make a quick adjustment.
Has room, and he makes the catch. Here's Adley Rutschman. Hitless in the series so far. He's 0 for 7. Chris, you played here in 2002. What are the memories that stand out as to being a member of the Baltimore Orioles?
For me, it was just pulling into the parking lot and having
Nice.
those that were
Right
there
fielder,
with an
Tyler
encouraging smile or a pat on the back,
O'Neill.
regardless of how things were going. It made it a lot easier to come to the ballpark, whether you.
That is the inning. As we go to the
Leading
top
off
of the
for the
4th,
Twins,
and now for the
right
Twins,
fielder,
Walker Jenkins.
Jenkins.
Ball.
Out towards right center field. O'Neill settles under it. And there's one down. So back to the
Now
top of the
batting,
order.
first
And here's
baseman,
the Twins
number
leadoff guy.
21.
1 for 2.
That's a ball. That's inside. Ball.
On the ground to third. Slings to first. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th.
Now batting, catcher,
2 down, base is
number
empty.
19.
So up next for Minnesota, Seth Rollins. This guy, one of the best contact men in the sport as well. Outstanding on the
That's a
defensive
ball.
end. High fly ball down the left field line. That one carrying. And it is out of here. His second of the year, and they add to the lead. It's 4-0.
Now pitching.
So a new arm out of the bullpen for the Orioles.
Number
Dietrich
71.
Enns in the game for the first time this season. Here's the left fielder. He's already homered in this game. And takes low for ball one. Two down, nobody on. To the right side. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And he's going to make it to first. And we'll see how they score.
Now batting,
Now the Minnesota
Number
cleanup
15.
hitter. He's a guy who does it all. In there, and it's 0-1.
Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe
that's
more will
down.
come. But you got to
Ball.
give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
The lefty ready, and a 1-1. Foul ball. In the air, right field. And that is that. Back now at Oriole Park.
Leading off
Here's
for
the Orioles
Orioles.
leadoff hitter,
Second
Jackson
baseman,
Holliday.
Jackson Holliday.
Boog, over 80% of her first pitches are strikes. When you're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Up next for the Orioles.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Gunnar Henderson.
They must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
That one at triple digits. Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Up next for the Orioles.
Two
First
out, space is
baseman,
empty. So now Pete Alonso at the plate. Alonso, former second-round pick out of the University of Florida.
That's low. That's a ball.
Got close to the immaculate inning, and she just couldn't find the zone right there. When you think about it, 9 straight strikes, so tough to do.
That's to third, Lewis. She has thrown 4 shutout innings. New inning getting
Leading
started,
off for
and now the
Minnesota,
Minnesota
the designated
designated hitter,
hitter,
Byron
Buxton.
Buxton. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock.
Oh, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there.
Up next
There's nothing
for the
cheap
Twins,
about the way he got
second
that one through the
baseman,
infield.
Cody
That was
Clemens.
ripped. Caught out in front and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
Next to hit, Cody Clemens.
Ball.
Into center and a base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody
Now
out.
batting, center fielder.
Here's a
number
big power
17.
threat, Park. And what a two-way player, not just offensively, but as good a defensive outfielder as there is in the game. Fouled off, he was late. Maybe a 2-ball, 5, 4, 3, and they turn the double play.
Well, that's what you hope for if you're out there on the mound.
Up next
First and
for
second,
Minnesota,
nobody out.
third
Somehow get a
baseman,
ground ball. He
Royce
got it right there.
Lewis.
Nice double play by the infield.
Lewis
Strike
in the
one.
box now. Take strike 1. This one chopped on the ground, but foul.
Ball.
2 outs and a runner at third, and we're at the top of the 5th. Sneak breaks through, base hit. Runner from third in to score. It's an RBI single, and the lead is up to 5.
Well, he
Up
found
next
himself
for the
behind in the
Twins,
count right there,
right
but he
fielder,
didn't give
Walker
in.
He kind of
Jenkins.
rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Now, here is Walker Jenkins.
Hee-haw!
Strike 2. Lewis leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Way inside. That one misses, and it's 3-2.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and that is that. Back here in Baltimore,
Leading
here's
off
the
for
Oriole
Orioles,
cleanup hitter,
left
Taylor
fielder,
Ward.
Taylor Ward.
They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list.
No, ball.
Way out front for strike 2.
She really sells the changeup with that arm action.
High fly ball, right field. Jenkins moving under it, and there's one away. And next is the designated hitter, Jeremiah Jackson. Fly to left his first time.
Hey!
In the air, right field. Jenkins on the move. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. Here's the center fielder, Colton Cowser. Close, but called a ball. And it's 1-0. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. On the ground to the
That's
left.
foul.
And that's just foul. Sets him down on strikes. Picks up strike. Got number 7. Back now at Oriole
off
Park.
for
All
Minnesota,
right, we go to
first
the
baseman,
top half
number
of inning
21.
number 6. And now for the Twins, number 21.
Nope, ball. That's a ball.
That one a
That's a ball.
95 missed up top. Ball 3. That one misses.
Take your base, ball
So a
4.
leadoff walk.
His
Now
ability to
batting,
draw walks
catcher,
has been
number
something
19.
that's been part of his career since day one.
Seth Rollins getting ready to hit. He's already homered here in this one.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get one out first. It's going to be tough to get 2 with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
Got him swinging.
Now batting, left fielder.
One out
number
man at
11.
first. Now the left fielder. And that one is lifted in the air. Ward gets under it. He's got it.
Now pitching.
Coming on for the Orioles, Cade
Number
Povich.
37.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And that'll do it. Bottom of the 6th. Digging in, Jordan Westberg. And that one fouled off.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. She's not afraid of contact. Some pitchers, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
That one lifted to left. On his way over. And there's one down. Here's the catcher to hit. Adley Rutschman. Swinging a foul out of play. The Twins leading by 5 here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Got him looking for the strikeout. Strikeout number 8. Here's Tyler O'Neill. 0 for 1 so far. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. 2 down, nobody on.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
Struck him out looking. Back here in Baltimore, now it's the Twins DH, Byron Buxton.
Byron Buxton.
That's a ball. Ball, low.
And another ball. That one misses, so a leadoff walk. And next for Minnesota, Cody Clemens.
Good swing out of him last time. Ripped a liner into center.
Hey!
That one's upstairs,
that's
ball 1. Buxton gets his lead at first with nobody out. Runner takes off. On the ground, right side. The throw to first. No chance at the double play, but the runner in motion. Park, the next Twin up to hit. 1 for 3.
17.
Some hitters are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. 2 down. And now Royce Lewis.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
Ball.
Now there's a bullet down the line. Can't get to it, and this should score the run. Here's Buxton to score. And he'll pull into second with 2 gone.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it.
Now this one gets through. Headed for the plate. Here comes the throw. It's offline. The run comes in, and they're pulling away up by 7 now.
Number 21.
And here's the first baseman. Not your prototypical leadoff guy. Gets on base, yes, but also some power.
Nope.
Oh, he
Ball.
doesn't get the call. And that's ball 1. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. 2 runs across in the inning. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball instead of just weak.
Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. set for the last half of the 7th. Here's the Orioles leadoff hitter, Jackson Holliday.
So impressive how the velo is still there even this deep into the outing.
Swing and a ground ball. Lewis throws to first. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th. Henderson now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. And that drops in for a strike. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Ground ball right side. On to first. 2 away. 2 down, base is empty. And now the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
Ball.
The Orioles hitless so far in the game. And now 1-2. Set down on strikes. So she cracks double digits with her 10th strikeout. Back now at Oriole
Leading
Park,
off for the Twins,
ready to begin the
catcher,
8th.
number
Seth
19.
Rollins now at the plate. On the ground to third. Toss to Alonso. And that's 1 away
Now
as the
batting,
leadoff
left
man is
fielder,
out in the
number
8th.
11.
Here's the left fielder. Right through there for a strike. The Twins up big in this one, and we're in the top of the 8th.
0-2
That's a
count. You
ball.
got the opportunity to expand the zone. Could get the chase there. Let's see what he comes back with next.
Ball.
And down on strikes he goes. And a couple
Now
of quick
batting,
outs.
Shortstop, number
2 outs,
15.
base is empty. Now it's the shortstop.
Ball. No, that missed. That's a ball.
The next pitch
Ball.
misses. 3 balls, no strikes. And it's ball 4. He missed down low.
You know, I think
Up
he's
next
okay
for
with that
Minnesota,
outcome.
the
It wasn't an
designated
intentional
hitter,
walk,
Byron
but
Buxton.
he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
So 2 down, and now Byron Buxton. In the air, left field. And that'll do it. Bottom of the 8th. So now the Orioles cleanup hitter, Taylor Ward, up the middle. In plenty of time to first. 1 pitch and 1 out. Jackson at the plate for the 3rd time as he comes up empty there. This one in the air, center field. Park, couple of steps in, 2 away.
She's getting really close to this thing right now. Only 4 outs left, but it's going to be tough to get.
Kowser in the box again, takes a strike.
She's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Swing and a pop up in foul ground. He's there. He's got it. That is the inning. We go to the
Leading off
9th,
for Minnesota,
and now for the Twins,
second baseman,
Cody Clemens.
Hook.
Popped up to the left, into foul ground, and there's 1 down. Here's the center
Now
fielder,
batting,
Park.
center fielder,
This guy
number
with big-time
17.
power and an elite defender. That misses the zone. Ball one. Sliced hard, but foul. Here's a 1-1. Line drive. He brings it down. Nice play.
Up next for Minnesota.
2 down, bases
third
empty.
baseman,
Royce Lewis, the next twin up to hit.
Hee-haw!
Swings through that one for strike 2.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Out towards right center field. Flashes the leather on the run and catch. And that is back here in Baltimore. And all eyes on the mound as she begins the 9th inning, working on a perfect game.
Really nice sequence right there, and the change of speeds off the fast.
On the ground, Clemens to first, and they get the leadoff man in the 9th. Rutschman in the box here and fouls it off for strike 1.
Boog, I'll tell you right now, every player defensively on their toes like never before. They want to make sure they have the opportunity to put this pitcher in the history books. They're going to make the play.
This to third. And she's done it. A perfect game.